Hey guys, it's Michael from Nick's eSigs, and today we're going to be talking about the Zelos 2.0 kit by Aspire. Another upgrade from the previous one. Let's unbox it. Alright, so inside the box of the Zelos 2.0 you got its box mod. This guy goes up to 50 watts, has a nice 2500 milliamp hour battery, which is good throughout your day. You also got the 2.6 milliliter juice capacity tank down over here. Pre-installed in that tank you got the 1.8 resistance. It goes from 10 to 14 watts. And they actually designed a newer tank where it has more of a protruding out extended mouthpiece to feel more comfortable on your lips. As well, you got a spare coil, 0.4 resistance. That wattage range is going to be 23 to 28 watts. And you also got a plastic stubby drip tip for that direct lung option that you get on this new tank. Some O-rings, another spare glass, and a micro USB to charge. Now that we've gone over the kit, we're actually going to talk about the mod itself and show you how to use it. Very simple. To turn it on, you're going to press the fire button 5 times really fast. And to turn it off, you're going to press the fire button 5 times again really fast. Increasing the wattage, you're going to press the plus button down over here, as you can see. To decrease the wattage, you're going to press the bottom button, that's the minus sign, to put it all the way down. Micro USB charge is at the very bottom of the actual device, and as well you got the 510 connection on the top. And another really cool thing is when you turn the device in a different orientation, the OLED screen also flips too, which is really cool. Now that we talked about the kit, we're actually going to show you exactly how to prime your coil for the tank. Very, very simple. First, you just want to disassemble the tank like I did already with the top cap. Then, you're just going to want to expose the coil. How do you do that? Just want to take out this glass. Usually it's going to be a little bit tough at first, but if you just give it a nice wiggle, you'll definitely get that to disassemble itself. So, now I'm going to just unscrew the coil counterclockwise from the base. That. And for the coil itself, I like to saturate it pretty well. That's just proper way to actually prime the coil. You don't want to dry fire it. So how I do it is I'm just going to add 1 drop inside, 1 big drop. And not oversaturated because you're going to get a leaking issue, but other than that, that's pretty much good to go. I'm going to screw it back onto the base clockwise. Very, very simple. And one key thing, not to make it too tight because you might ruin the threading of the actual base, but also not too loose because you're going to start to get leaking from the airflow. But just make sure you got the right amount. So I'm going to put the glass back on as well. Very, very simple. Just press on it until it's flush. Then I'm going to get the top cap and I'm going to screw it on. So to actually fill the tank, this is a new feature with the Nautilus 2, is that you just want to unscrew the very top counterclockwise, and if you see that white triangle, you're going to push it in that direction. That's a really good feature that they implemented. Definitely not going to get any leaking at all because it's really tightly sealed. And when I fill it, you're going to fill on this port over here. And I like to go 75% of the tank, not full, because I don't want any, seeping of juices coming out. But I'm pretty sure this guy is never going to leak. So once I do that, I'm just going to seal it back, screw it on counterclockwise, and then you're good to go. Alright, so to conclude this video, and since we finished every single specification and how to use the mod itself, I'm going to talk about my perspective of it because I've had it for a week and I can honestly tell you it's a good mouth-to-lung device. Really, really good. Definitely an upgraded tank. The airflow is amazing. Like you have your mouth-to-lung airflow and then you have your kind of restrictive direct lung airflow. How I think about it, I've never had an issue of leaking, and I'm so happy that they came out with a new coil. It's a 0.4, like I mentioned before. You got 23 to 28 watts. That's a lot for a mouth to lung. I usually power it at 25 watts. And one thing I do need to mention though is when you just purchase that device and you're trying to disassemble the tank, it'll be a little stiff. So just take some time to just wiggle it a bit out of its O-ring and it'll eventually pop out. I've had customers concerned about leaking issues in the past. This guy, I've never had a leaking issue. I'm not lying. With this new design on the tank where you just, unscrew the top and you push it out, that's a definite plus. And as well, like for some reason the airflow, there's never any leaking in the airflow, and I get a lot of vapor production out of the 0.4 coil. Though if you don't like a lot of vapor production, you do have that 1.8 resistance coil. Battery life, the longevity of it lasts me a good day. Then I got to charge. I know some people might want to know what's the difference between the mod from this model and the previous model. Nothing different, same mod, though I would encourage you to get it because it's a really good tank for mouth to lung and highly recommend it. If you want to do that direct lung option, I would go with the stubby plastic drip tip, so you get that more vapor feel on your lips. Other than that, I mean, overall really good device. I like it a lot. I like my mouth to lung, and if you want to pick it up, you can definitely go to www.nixe6.com or you can visit me at Finch. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.